two cities were filled with wealth, pleasure, and corruption. Then one night, fire fell from the sky. By sunrise, everything was gone. But what terrified people most was the warning they ignored. The desert wind moved silently across the plains near the Dead Sea. There stood two powerful cities, Sodom and Gomorrah. Beautiful, rich, crowded with trade and luxury. But behind their shining walls, something dark was growing. According to the Bible, these cities became filled with wickedness, violence, and sin. Their corruption became so great that judgment was coming, and heaven had already decided. One evening, two mysterious visitors arrived at the gates of Sodom. A man named Lot saw them. Lot was the nephew of Abraham, the great patriarch. Unlike the people around him, Lot understood something was wrong with the city. He invited the strangers into his home. But that night, the streets became dangerous. The Bible describes how the men of the city surrounded Lot's house in violence and wickedness. The city had fallen deep into moral collapse. Then the visitors revealed the truth. They were angels, and they had come with a message. Escape for your life. Do not look back. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah was about to begin. Before dawn, Lot and his family fled into the darkness. Fear filled the air. Behind them, the city still slept, unaware that their final moments had arrived. Then suddenly, the sky exploded. Fire and burning sulfur rained down from heaven. The ground shook violently. Smoke rose like a furnace into the sky. The cities were consumed. Homes, markets, temples. Everything disappeared beneath fire and ash. Ancient texts describe total destruction across the plain. But during the escape, something tragic happened. Lot's wife stopped. Maybe she heard the screams. Maybe she could not let go of the life she left behind. She looked back, and according to the Bible, she became a pillar of salt, a frozen reminder of hesitation during judgment. When Abraham looked toward the cities the next morning, all he saw was smoke rising from the land. Sodom and Gomorrah were gone. For thousands of years, people debated whether the event truly happened. Some archaeologists believe ancient cities near the Dead Sea may have suffered catastrophic destruction from fire, earthquakes, or exploding minerals from the earth itself. Others see the story as a warning about corruption, violence, pride, and ignoring divine warnings. But one thing is certain. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah never disappeared, because it is more than a story about destruction. It is a story about choices, warnings, and consequences. And even today, the ruins of the Dead Sea still whisper the memory of the night fire fell from heaven. If you enjoyed this biblical mystery, subscribe to the channel for more ancient stories, hidden truths, and forgotten history. Because some of the darkest events in history were written long before our time.